What if the most powerful secrets in history were never meant to be found? Tonight, we uncover 5 artifacts so mysterious, so dangerous, that powerful forces spent centuries trying to bury them forever. The Knights Templar. Their very name sends shivers down the spine of historians and treasure hunters alike. For 200 years, they were the most powerful order in the medieval world. They protected kings. They financed empires. And they discovered things that were never supposed to see the light of day. But in one terrifying night in October of 1307, everything changed. The order was crushed. Their leaders were arrested, and their treasures vanished into the shadows of time. Yet some things cannot stay buried forever. Over the centuries, strange objects have surfaced. Objects that defy explanation. Objects that whisper of secrets too dangerous for the world to know. Tonight, we reveal 5 of these unexplained artifacts. Each one carries a mystery that has haunted researchers for generations. Each one raises questions that powerful institutions refuse to answer. Are you ready to see what they tried to hide? Then stay with me until the very end. Because the 5th artifact will change everything you thought you knew. Let us begin. The first artifact was discovered in the ruins of an old Templar fortress in Portugal. For centuries, this fortress had been abandoned. Locals refused to go near it. They whispered that strange lights appeared in its windows at night. They claimed that anyone who entered never came out the same. In 1923, a team of archaeologists finally gathered the courage to explore its underground chambers. What they found shocked them into silence. Deep beneath the fortress, hidden behind a wall that had been sealed for over 600 years, they discovered a small stone chest. Inside that chest was a crystal skull. But this was no ordinary crystal skull. Unlike the famous skulls found in Central America, this one had strange symbols carved into its surface. Symbols that matched no known language. Symbols that seemed to shift and change depending on the angle of light. The archaeologists photographed the skull and prepared to transport it to Lisbon for study. But here is where the mystery deepens. The night before they were scheduled to leave, 3 of the 5 team members experienced vivid nightmares. They dreamed of hooded figures, warning them to return what they had taken. They dreamed of fire and destruction. The lead archaeologist dismissed these dreams as stress. He was wrong. During the journey to Lisbon, the truck carrying the skull crashed under mysterious circumstances. The driver survived, but could not explain what happened. He claimed something appeared in the road, something that was not human. The skull was recovered, but all photographs of it had been destroyed in the crash. When researchers finally examined the artifact, they made a disturbing discovery. The crystal was not from anywhere on Earth. Its molecular structure matched nothing in any geological database. Within weeks, the skull was quietly transferred to a private collection. Its current location remains unknown. But some researchers believe it holds the key to understanding where the Templars truly got their power. The second artifact takes us to the heart of France. In 1971, construction workers were digging the foundation for a new building in a small village near Troyes. Troyes was the birthplace of the Templar order. It was here that 9 knights first gathered to form their sacred brotherhood. As the workers dug deeper, their machines struck something solid. At first, they thought it was just a boulder. But when they cleared away the soil, they discovered a sealed stone vault. Inside the vault was a collection of metal plates. These plates were made of an alloy that metallurgists could not identify. They were covered in text that appeared to be a mixture of Latin, Hebrew, and something else entirely. Something that linguistics experts had never seen before. But the most disturbing feature was the images etched into the metal. These images showed maps. Maps of coastlines that would not be explored for another 300 years after the Templars were destroyed. Maps showing the Americas. Maps showing Antarctica without ice. How could medieval knights possess such knowledge? How could they know the shape of continents that had not yet been discovered? The French government immediately classified the find. The construction site was shut down. Workers were told to sign documents promising never to speak of what they had seen. But secrets have a way of escaping. Over the years, photographs of the plates have leaked onto the internet. Each time they are quickly removed. Each time the sources go silent. What did the Templars know about our world? And more importantly, who told them? The third artifact was found in the most unlikely of places. In 2005, an elderly woman in Scotland passed away. She had lived alone in a small cottage for over 60 years. She had no known family. She had no friends. When authorities came to clear her belongings, they found something extraordinary hidden beneath the floorboards of her bedroom. It was a sword. But not just any sword. This blade was nearly 800 years old. Its handle was wrapped in leather that had somehow not decayed. Its blade was still sharp enough to cut paper, and along its length were inscribed the words of a prayer that asked for protection against something called the Watchers. Historical records revealed that the woman was the last descendant of a Templar knight who had fled to Scotland after the order was destroyed. For 7 centuries, her family had guarded this sword. For 7 centuries, they had passed it from generation to generation with a single instruction: never let it fall into the wrong hands. But there was something else hidden with the sword: a small leather journal. Its pages were filled with entries spanning hundreds of years. Each entry described strange encounters, visits from beings that were not human, warnings about a coming darkness, instructions for rituals that would keep the Watchers at bay. The journal and the sword were purchased by an anonymous buyer at auction. The winning bid was over $2 million. Who would pay so much for an old sword and a strange journal? And what did they plan to do with them? These questions remain unanswered. The fourth artifact may be the most terrifying of all. In 1987, a diving team exploring the coast of Cyprus made an accidental discovery. They were searching for a shipwreck from the Ottoman period. Instead, they found the remains of a Templar vessel that had sunk sometime in the 13th century. The ship was remarkably preserved. Its cargo holds were still intact, and inside one of those holds, sealed in a waterproof container made of an unknown material, was a collection of scrolls. When researchers carefully unrolled these scrolls, they found detailed instructions for building something. The diagrams showed a device of incredible complexity. Gears and wheels and mechanisms that should not have existed in medieval times. Some researchers believe the scrolls described a primitive computer. Others think it was something far more advanced. A device for communicating across vast distances, perhaps even across time itself. The scrolls were taken to a university in London for further study. 3 months later, the laboratory where they were being analyzed was destroyed in a fire. The official cause was electrical failure. But witnesses reported seeing men in dark suits leaving the building just before the flames began. The scrolls were declared lost. But were they really destroyed? Or were they simply moved to a more secure location? A location where their secrets could be studied without public knowledge. Now we come to the fifth and final artifact. This discovery is so recent and so shocking that many people still do not know about it. In 2018, a team of researchers using ground-penetrating radar made an astonishing find beneath the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. They detected a large hollow space, a chamber that had been sealed for nearly 1,000 years. After months of careful excavation, they finally broke through the ancient stone. What they found inside defies all explanation. The chamber was perfectly preserved. Its walls were covered in gold leaf that still gleamed after centuries in darkness. At the center of the room stood a stone altar, and upon that altar rested an object wrapped in cloth that had not decayed. When the cloth was carefully removed, the researchers gasped. It was a mirror. But this mirror reflected nothing. Its surface was completely black. Yet when one of the researchers leaned close to examine it, he saw something moving within its depths. He saw figures that seemed to be watching him from the other side. He stumbled backward in terror. The other team members rushed to help him. When they looked at the mirror again, it showed only darkness. The researcher who had seen the figures could not explain what had happened. He only knew that whatever was inside that mirror was aware of him. It had seen him, and it had recognized him. The chamber was immediately sealed. The discovery was never publicly announced, but information has slowly leaked out through various channels. Some believe the mirror is a portal, a gateway to another realm, a door that the Templars discovered and decided was too dangerous to open. Others believe it is a prison, a container for entities that should never be released. Whatever the truth may be, powerful forces are working to ensure that the public never learns what really lies beneath those ancient stones. These 5 artifacts represent only a fraction of what the Templars may have discovered. For 2 centuries, they explored the most sacred and forbidden places on Earth. They dug beneath temples that had stood for thousands of years. They studied texts that had been hidden since the dawn of civilization, and they found things that changed them forever. Some say this knowledge made them powerful. Others say it destroyed them. Perhaps both are true. But what does all this mean for us today? Why should we care about mysteries from so long ago? The answer is simple. These mysteries remind us of a profound truth. There is so much about our world that we do not understand. There are forces at work beyond our comprehension. There are secrets hidden in the fabric of reality itself. And there is a Creator who holds all these secrets in His infinite wisdom. In our pursuit of knowledge, we must never forget humility. The Templars sought power through hidden wisdom. But true power comes only from the One who created all things. True knowledge is recognizing our own limitations. True wisdom is surrendering to the divine plan. The greatest treasure is not gold or artifacts or ancient secrets. The greatest treasure is a heart at peace. A heart that trusts in the mercy of Allah. A heart that finds comfort in prayer and gratitude. Whatever mysteries exist in this world, they are nothing compared to the mystery of divine love. That love which created us. That love which sustains us. That love which awaits us in the hereafter. So let us take from these stories a simple lesson. Seek knowledge, but seek it with pure intentions. Explore the wonders of creation, but never forget the Creator. And remember that the greatest discovery any of us can make is the peace that comes from faith. May your heart find tranquility. May your soul find rest. And may you always walk in the light of divine guidance. Until next time, stay curious, stay humble, and stay blessed.